What's good, y'all? What's up? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. I'd like to welcome you to Teachable Tuesdays Long Car Ride Chronicles, episode 19. And today, this episode was inspired by a couple of my old jits, aka my old students who are currently in college or in the military or in trade school right now, or just, in the workforce. And I've been having several conversations with them. And it's funny when you talk to individuals that are entering to adulthood, some of the challenges that they face. And it kind of reminds you of what you went through when you first entered adulthood. Now, disclaimer, you might hear my GPS going off because I'm on my way to my skate family function event. So forgive me if you hear the GPS going off several times. I don't think this is going to be a super duper long car ride chronicles, but I'm just giving you guys a heads up just in case you hear it and you're like, why does the GPS keep going off? This is the reason why. And I wanted to record this while this was on my mind. Now listen, if you are between the ages of 18 through 24, you might want to sit down, relax, and take notes. All right? Now, granted, this could be suited for anybody at any age, but I think this is especially very crucial for the ages of 18 to 24. I'm going to say 17 through 24, actually, because I think 17-year-olds who are about to enter into adulthood need to know this information as well. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. It's no particular order. It's just whatever comes to mind while I'm driving. I'm going to try not to make it no more than 10, give you at least a minimum of 5, and we'll go from there. All right? So, adultinghood 101. The first thing that you should recognize as an adult is always, 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 with all caps, keep important documents and have them printed out. Contracts, information dealing with social security numbers, like as far as stuff that you'll need to keep. Anything that's an important document that pertains to your identification, where you live, school, work, so on and so forth. Have a folder at home to keep all of that documentation in. Why is it important to keep all that documentation in one place? Well, number one, it helps keep things organized so you're not losing things. And number two, you never know when you might have to pull it out. For example, Social Security card. I don't think you should carry your Social Security card around with you everywhere you go. Because if you do, you might lose it. And if you lose it and somebody finds it, they can hack your identity big time. All right? Your Social Security gives access to so many different things. And that is the one thing you don't want to lose. That is the one thing you don't want to write down somewhere where other people can see it. So I would highly recommend that you go ahead and keep that in a safe space. I know I have my Social Security card in my folder at my home. If I ever do need it, I just carry it with me. But for the most part, I don't. All right? It's very rare that you'll need your Social Security card in person. And when you do, just whip it out, show it, keep it moving. All right? So, that is, So that is number one. Keep all your documents in a safe place. Print all documents out. I know we live in a digital society. I get it. The generation that's coming up is very digitalized, more than my generation. But still important to have printed out documents, especially when you need to show proof of something. And, like in case somebody makes a mistake and you need to show them like, hey, this is what it said, this is what it was. Documentation is everything, because if you can prove it, ain't nothing to be said. All right? Adulting 101, lesson number 2. When it comes to romantic relationships, as far as marriage, dating, things like that, so on and so forth, a lot of people will say, well, you got plenty of time, you're young, you should wait, and so on and so forth. And that has a lot of truth to it. But I think in today's society, you'll notice, if you haven't already noticed or done your research,
a mile, keep left to stay on Florida 408 West.
A lot of people are getting married later and later. You know what I mean? There is no right or wrong answer for this. There's pros if you get married early. There's cons if you get married early. There's pros if you get married
keep
late.
Left to stay on
There's
Florida
cons
408
if you
West.
get married late. I would agree in this aspect in terms of noting this.
Continue on Florida 408 West for 3 miles.
Your relationships that you develop with people are very important. And you might find somebody along your way that might catch your eye. All right? Don't get tied down to the idea of just them. And I'm not saying that if you don't have a great thing right now, regardless if you're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, that you don't keep it. Obviously, you got a good thing going on, keep it going. But what I'm saying to you is this. Make sure you are fulfilling your purpose. And if you are with somebody, make sure you're with somebody that is helping you fulfill that purpose. If you're not, then that's not the right relationship for you. And if you are with somebody that's helping you for such, and you are locked in, and you decide that you want to, tie the knot early on, maybe at 22, 23 years old, then go for it. If you feel like that's the direction y'all want to go in, and it seems right, and it works for both of y'all. Or if you want to wait till you're older, that's perfectly fine too. You have to do what works out for you. At the end of the day, don't let society tell you different. Yes, take wisdom, heed wisdom, but understand that if it works, it works. So just be mindful of
Miles,
that.
use the right lane to take exit 10A for I-4 East toward I-4 West, Tampa.
Adulting lesson number 3. Avoid as much debt as you possibly can. All right? Now, this is not just for my college folk, but I'm going to talk to my college folk for a second, or college-bound folk. I don't regret the fact that I went to the great Bethune-Cookman University. Hail Wildcats. Shout out to Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. But I took out a lot of loans to attend my HBCU. And while I don't regret the fact that I went there, because I would not be the man that I am today if I did not go to Bethune-Cookman University, I will say this. There are times I do wonder if I should have did things a bit differently. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. And I say that because, guess what? All them loans I took out, guess who paying them back? This guy. And it ain't pretty. I'm not going to tell you what my salary is because it's really nobody's business for me to expose that information in public. But I will say that I make a pretty okay amount of money as a teacher. I'm not going to sit here and lie. However, them loans be on some other stuff. And I think sometimes how much extra money I could have if I had to pay back loans. So I know loans might seem appealing in terms
Miles,
of
use the right lane to take exit 10A for I-4 East toward I-4 West, Tampa.
helping you out and stuff like that and so on and so forth. And I completely understand. I get it. But the one thing I want to kind of draw to your attention is this. Like, if you can find ways
Use the
to
right
get
lane to
scholarships.
take exit 10A, then slide right onto the I-4 East ramp.
Oh, now they're telling me east. Man, I should have told me that 2 minutes ago. Hold on, y'all, because crazy drivers. I-4 East. Perfect. Okay. All right. Anyways, any scholarships or grants that you can get,
Slide right onto the
Get 'em.
I-4 East ramp.
like, for my people who are in high school still, if you're watching this video, it's not too late.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-4 East.
Figure out what you can get and go after it. For my people who are currently in college, it's not too late for you either. I mean, you might have a little bit less opportunities compared to high school students because they just be throwing scholarships at high school students. And I know this because I'm a high school teacher. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing happened when I was in high school. It was $100 scholarships, $200 scholarships, $300 scholarships, things like that. And I mean, everything added up. If we're being honest here, like,
Go on I-4 East for 6 miles.
a lot of times people be like, oh, well, it's not that much money, and, so you're not going to let me go? So, appreciate you. Okay. So, it's only a $300 scholarship and stuff like that. Money adds up. I got a scholarship for Boy Scouts for $500. I use that for my books. Just saying. Every little something is something. Even if it's a little something. So keep that in mind, okay? Adulting lesson number 4. Don't have no kids until you're ready. All right? I don't have kids of my own, but I have friends that do have kids of their own. And let me tell you something. From what I've seen on the end, kids change the game. When you single, or even if you're in a relationship or married and you ain't got no kids, it be feeling like you could just do the impossible. And this is not to take away from anybody that has kids, because when you got the right mindset financially and morally, and you have children, best believe you're going to be successful even with those children. But they do change things, because when you have kids, it changes the name of the game. The name of the game used to be about you. Now it's them. I think both marriage and children change that dynamic, but especially with children. Because the marriage, if y'all ain't got no kids yet, you know what I'm saying, you can still focus on yourselves. When you bring kids in the picture, it ain't just about y'all no more. It's about them. I've had plenty of friends that have told me that. My little sister, shout out to Shrimp, she just had a baby. I'm an uncle. I don't know if I said this on the channel yet, but I'm an uncle. Wasn't on my bingo cards for 2024. I'm a first-time uncle. And she's learning. You know, it's no longer about me and what I want to do. It's about my daughter now. And it's a lesson that comes swiftly. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, look at that. That looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see that from here. Maybe. Let's see if we can get a view. That is lovely, y'all. That is absolutely beautiful. Anyways, yeah. So, don't be having children until you're ready. All right? And I'm not telling anybody on here to when to have kids. I will say this. If you can, marry before you carry. Marry before you carry. It makes life so much easier. But, you know, whenever it happens, you'll never fully be prepared for it, but just know that it's a game changer. That's one of the reasons why I ain't got kids yet, besides the ones that I teach, because life is already expensive. I ain't ready to bring kids in the game yet. I'm good. Adulting Lesson 101, lesson number 5. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Be careful how you portray yourself on social media. And this doesn't just go for y'all. This goes for everybody. But I'm particularly looking at y'all right now, because you might think to yourself, what I do at 18, is it going to make a difference at 28? It could. It could. Remember, what you put on the internet stays there forever. And even if people don't talk about it as much as they used to, perception is reality. People always remember things. I think I mentioned this on the channel before. But as of right now, as of recording this video, I'm 33 years old. There are people that still judge me for things that I said at 22, 23. Although I've matured quite a bit since then. There are people that still look at me. And is it fair, as I've said before? No. But is what it is? Yes, it is. I know that grammatically did not make sense. Hey, I'm speaking in total AAVE right now. But it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. You have to be careful of how you portray yourself.
Use the second from the right lane to take exit 90AB for FL 414 West Maitland Boulevard.
So just keep that in mind, y'all. Okay? I know a lot of times we think, well, it doesn't matter what I post on social media. I can post what I want, this and that and the third. And I mean, technically, you're not wrong. But you are wrong if you think it's not going to follow you. All right? So please just be very careful. And last but not least, I'm going to give you a bonus, and then we're going to end this video here, because I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction. What are we doing, people? Adulting 101. Find a balance of following your dreams while also being realistic about your current situation. It took me until I got to my 30s to realize this. I'm a dreamer. I am a dreamer at heart. I still have dreams that I want to fulfill, i.e., me being a full-time content creator, like I said in my last Long Ride Chronicles. But I also realize that I have to be realistic about my situation. And a part of me being realistic about my situation is I'm still going to go for my dreams, but not to quit my day job. Sometimes you might have to work your day job to make your dreams happen. And then you can quit your day job once it finally is able to replace the income, or you get a favorable position to where you can do so. All right? I'm not telling anybody not to dream, but dream with a plan. If you don't have a plan, you plan
Use
to
the
fail.
second from the right lane to take exit 90AB for FL 414 West Maitland Boulevard.
So just make sure you keep that in mind. You know, all my dreamers out there, we all have a dream of accomplishing something. Maybe it's to be CEO of a company. Maybe it's to get in the military. Maybe it's to do some form of entrepreneurship.
Use the second from the right lane to take exit 90AB, then slide left onto the Florida 414 West ramp.
Slight right or slight left?
Slight left onto the Florida 414 West ramp.
All right, thank you, GPS. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Continue for half a mile.
Okay, we're good. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all I pretty much have to say. If you guys
In half a mile,
want me to
merge onto Florida 414 West Maitland Boulevard.
If you guys want me to do a part 2, let me know. I have some more things in mind. I just didn't want to make this video too long. And also, I need to make sure I'm going the right way. So let me go ahead and end this. This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays. Here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you. Hope you guys have a great day. And hey, shout out to the GPS. Episode featuring the GPS. Peace.